All right. Hello, everybody. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. But I'm here though. I'm here. I told you I'd be here. How's everyone doing? Let me put this on mute real quick. Hold on. All right. How's everyone doing? Howdy, howdy. You know, I am. Hello, Tara. How are you? If you are in here, y'all say hello to me. I got to figure out this YouTube thing, man. I think YouTube is I don't think YouTube trusts me. It wants to see more consistency out of me. What's up, Mary? How are you? It's good to see you. Mary, what you been doing today? What you been up to, Mary? What you been up to? How's everybody's day going? If you are in here, say hello to me. Before we get started, I ain't gonna be on here long, or at least that's my hope and prayer. I won't be on here too long. You're painting? Okay. I see you, Mary. Are you enjoying that painting? You enjoying that painting? If you are new in here, say hello. I'm gonna wait on y'all. Know YouTube takes a while letting y'all know that I'm live. If you are in here, say hello. Type behind the chat. Let me know that you have pulled up on a real one. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Usually I go live on Mondays, but I may be changing it because I'm very, very busy. Or I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Tired. But I'm doing good. Just adjusting, making adjustments, I'm all right. I'm all right. So it's okay, man. Mary, you just said it's okay, huh? I see you, Mary. It has been a while. I'm still getting kind of accustomed to this whole live thing. And I gotta like upload stuff um into like like the videos and the music, and I gotta clear things out. There are certain things like I can play, but I gotta get rid of some old stuff I got, some stuff that's copyrighted. Because there was some stuff back in the day that wasn't copyrighted that's actually copyrighted now. So you can't play it, right? So you can't play it. So I got to do all those changes. But in any regard, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself, and people that come in, just come on in. Amen. Oh, hold on, y'all. There we go. All right. So thank you, everyone, for coming through. My name is Gabe, and I am the host, creator of this platform, Ultimate Black Man, where we discuss all things relationship, dating, and things of that nature. Um, I am getting back accustomed to YouTube. So I know my views will be initially low, but I will keep grinding it out. I do want to thank everyone for being here on tonight. And again, I don't want to be on here too long. And if you have questions, of course, just shoot them in the chat. My primary goal here with this channel and this platform is to bridge the gap between men and women with a hyper focus on black men and black women. So definitely glad to have everyone here. Um, if you have any questions, concerns, anything of that nature, just put them in the chat and I'll be sure to answer them. But I don't want to delay or, you know, belabor get into the topic on today because again, I want to just make this quick point and I want to get out of here. But I was actually talking with my mentor about this, and we were discussing black male masculinity. And I was telling her about the statistic where it showed most young men between the ages of 18 and 25 have never asked a woman out on a date. or ask for her phone number. And she couldn't believe it, because we come from the same generation, right? And I couldn't believe it either, right? And I made a video about this on TikTok, and I said that it was a rite of passage, right? It was a rite of passage to do that, like to ask a girl out and get her number. And if you got rejected, yeah, your friends might have would have clowned you a little bit, but it was a good way to get that fear of rejection out. It was a good way to get that out. And as you see today, men crash out when they're rejected, right? And so she asked a really good question. She was like, Gabe, what do you think happened to the masculinity? And I'm like, you know what? That's a good question. Let's discuss it. And when we were discussing it, we came to the conclusion that most men, most black men have lost their masculinity. And it goes beyond dating, right? So for instance, and if you're new in the chat or you're coming in, just say hey in the chat so I can know you're here. I appreciate you for stopping by. But outside of dating and relationships, right? Think about it. Men don't want to work. In no time in history have more able-bodied men between the ages of 18 and 45 been unemployed. Men are willingly leaving the workforce. And why is that? Why are men leaving the workforce? And it's simply put, they just don't want to work. They have no incentive to work. Their parents are living longer. They go live with their parents, grandparents. And if they don't go home to their grandparents or parents, studies have shown that they're living with their girlfriends. And their girlfriends are paying all of the bills, right? What's up, Jonathan? I see you. And so it goes beyond just dating. It starts there, but that permeates or pours into dating, right? And so men more and more are pursuing being kept or being chased or being in their feminine, right? Gone are the days where men would chase and pursue and show their interest in a woman. Hello, Steven. Everybody, if you're new in the chat, say hello. Hello, she loves. How are you? I got your email, by the way. I meant to respond, but I did get your email, and I got that. That was crazy what that brother said. So I'll get into that. But most men today have lost their masculinity. Now we can blame it on the single mother epidemic. We can blame it on the food. We can blame it on there not being any fathers in the home. We can blame it on a myriad of things. But I think one thing stands true, and that is men today have lost their masculinity. And I remember that Boondocks episode, I think it was Thug Love, where they kind of, you know, mentioned this. And y'all know Riley is supposed to be the thug. He's supposed to be the street dude of the two. And he was walking around towards the end of the episode in like some sandals and some skirts. So this has been something long in the making. And again, women definitely can take blame for some of this. But for the women who are looking for masculine men, productive men, honest men, honorable men, they are put in very precarious, less than stellar positions. So feminine women who are looking for masculine men, if there is a sassy man epidemic, what are those women supposed to do? If the men won't ask them out, if the men aren't asking for their phone number but going online complaining about the women, what are the women supposed to do? It's like the women are stuck between a rock and a hard place. And y'all leave your thoughts in the chat and I'll read them out. What are the women supposed to do? Are they just supposed to deal with the sassy men? Well, if you do that, the men will say you should have chose better. If you deal with the hyper masculine thug types, well, you're supposed to choose better. He's a degenerate. You know all the excuses that people throw out there, right? But I always say this, I'm gonna say it again. If I prepare 100,000 feminine women, I would not have 1,000 or 10,000. So let's say I prepared 10,000 feminine women ready to go, ready to be wives. I wouldn't have 1,000 masculine productive men to put with those 10,000 women. I wouldn't have 1,000. I wouldn't have 500. I probably would barely have 250 to pair with those women, right? So it leaves an imbalance in the dating arena. And this is why we have so much confusion, so much chaos, so much anger, so much vitriol, so much confusion in dating today. Because everybody is out of place. The women are too masculine, the men are too feminine. Everybody, it's an imbalance. Have y'all seen some of those clips on the Pop Balloon Show where the men are popping the balloon because the women had on a wrong color print or she had on the wrong shoes and these dudes popping a balloon, pop. Like you would have never seen that 10 years ago. But here we are in 2025, like dudes are just being real sassy. Tara says that is why true men have so many women to choose from. Absolutely. 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 I agree, Tara. So I actually want to turn this. What I'll end up doing, so I'm gonna make a little folder and I'm going to turn this into a series. And I'm going to name the series, Sassy Men Epidemic or something like that. We'll have this live as a starter point. But I'll continue to do videos and lives where we break down men being feminine. And listen, I don't think every single man on the planet is feminine. I don't. But I think we are overran by too many weak men. I do think we are overran by too many weak men, not enough strong, supportive, solid men. I do believe that is a problem, that is an issue. All right. Let me know what you guys think about this in the chat. I'm gonna stay on here about another mm, about another 6-7 minutes. If y'all don't have anything else, I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna bounce. I told you I wasn't gonna be on here long at all. Told you I was not gonna be long on here at all. I just want to get back comfortable to going live. And again, I promise y'all these lives are gonna get better. But I gotta show up at least once a week. Gotta show up, turn this camera on, or turn this live on. And these live streams are gonna get better and better every week, okay? Let me know what y'all think in the chat about what I just said. What about let me see. What is the cause of the sassy bros epidemic? I actually think it's a combination of things. I think it's single parent households. Um, I think it is. I do think food does play a part in it. The hormones in the food. I think if it doesn't play as big of a part as people would like to, say, but I do think it plays a part. Um, I think too that um boys being kind of spoiled and not pushed to be boys. They're soft. And men and women are to blame for that. But if you want to know what I think the biggest reason men are sassy is the single parent homes. I think that's the biggest reason why. Women create the men they complain about. Women create the men they complain about. Right? I'm gonna say it one more time. Women create the men they complain about. You ain't gonna talk. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Leave him alone. Sheila said, just like overweight people can get sexual attention, if they're still getting what they want, no accountability to change, men still get sexual access, etc. Absolutely. Absolutely. Women have to start thinking, says, yes, I think absolutely. Thank absolutely, Awasika. Absolutely. I'm gonna have a whole series on this. Because it's a real problem. Do you know how many like if you go on TikTok right now, there's a girl telling a story time about some sassy boy. About how the sassy boy was being sassy. Didn't want to pay for the date or arguing at the table. Like, dudes, it's 2025 and men are still bringing up Kevin Samuels talking points. And I need to do a video on that about how y'all need to let Kevin Samuels rest. He's no longer here. Y'all need to let him rest. Tired. He tired. Let that man rest. But men are going on dates, still bringing up. They're talking about Pop the Balloon and Kevin Samuels in 2025. And you're supposed to be there to enjoy the woman, have fun with the woman, converse, have a good time. And y'all over there trying to talk about dating politics on your date. That's crazy. They like the cool class Kevin Samuels possess too. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. You spitting. Absolutely. Like we just got out of they've been fighting on YouTube about Kevin Samuels all for the last 2 weeks. It's been crazy. I don't even like to talk about single mothers anymore. Yeah, because it's played out. It's tired. It's very tiring to hear about single moms all day. Yes, we know they've done so many deplorable things. We know. Nobody wants to talk about single moms all day. It's annoying. Just avoid them if you don't like them. Now, there does come a time where you got to kind of break the game down. And for young dudes, I do like to, try to help them out, give them a little game, tell them to avoid single moms because single moms do tend to prey on young men without kids. But outside of that, talking about single moms all day, it's a little weird. Didn't agree with everything he said, but he branded himself well versus saying reheated talking points that are still now. Absolutely. Kevin was talking about something new every week on his show. And that's what made him stand out. Nobody wants to hear about 50-50 anymore. It's tired. Nobody wants to hear about that. And people are still trying to keep that conversation alive. It's insane. No, make a series about the sassy boys. Why are you men so sassy? Why? Women today, listen, we'll all be dead and gone 1,000 years from now. Women are still going to desire primal men. They're still going to desire that. It's not going, that'll never go anywhere. So I am going to do a series on this and I'll come on here every week and talk about it. I love talking about sassy boys. They're funny to me. They are absolutely funny to me. Any questions from you guys? Y'all came through again. I see same consistent people coming. All right. Y'all gonna make me keep coming on here because y'all be waiting on these lives. And what I might do, what time is it? 8:30? Probably around 8:45. I actually might go live on TikTok. We'll see what y'all doing. Politics definitely play a role as well, especially liberal politics. Liberal politics castrate men. This is why so many people resonate with the Trump administration because Trump represents pure masculinity. I know it's weird, but that's why so many people voted for him. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right, but it's why so many people um it's why so many people voted for him. It's why so many people voted for him. Any other questions, guys? Jonathan, I appreciate you holding me accountable. I told y'all every week, if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. I know like Sunday, the last Sunday or last week, we were on here almost an hour and a half. I'm gonna come on here at least once a week. And I'll keep getting better at these. I'll keep getting better at these. A lot of black men align with the Democratic Party just to have access to women. That's true. Because most black women, especially, identify as Democratic. And they won't mess with you if you're a Republican a lot of times. That is true. That's very true. All right, man. Listen. All right, so I'm probably gonna end up, and Steven, I'm sure you're listening. I'll probably end up coming out with a schedule each week, and I'll change these platforms around every week. I have to do 7 hours a week in live streams, so it's like an hour a day. So maybe I'll split between YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. I don't know, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go live on TikTok. You sure haven't. You sure have not, and you're not because it's over with. It's over with. I remember. Don't y'all remember in them Clubhouse rooms? I was telling people what was coming. Who was here on Clubhouse when I had those big rooms and all them people would be in there, and men would come up there and call me everything but a child of God because I told them it was going to cost more than 40K to have a family here in the United States, and it's not going to be in 15 years. It's not going to be in 10 years. I'm talking it's going to be in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. How many of y'all remember that? Absolutely. Sure did. It sure did. You were back in there on Clubhouse? Yeah. I told people about all this inflation and high cost of living almost 5 years ago. People argue me down. Sure did. Yep. I was here. It is. All this stuff we're experiencing with the high cost of living, the dating trends. I called a lot of the dating trends back then. And there'll be other things I'm gonna call out too. At this rate, 80K is just breaking even. Right. It's gonna, if you want a family, right? If you want a family, you guys are gonna have to have a combined income no less than a hundred. I mean, that's for one kid. And that's robbing Peter to pay Paul. If you want to be comfortable, you need upwards of 200K to raise a family. By far. And I told people this. And it's only going to get worse. Ladies, if you're listening to me, the last thing you want to do is have a baby by a man that ain't doing nothing, who ain't productive. It's the last thing you want to do. Say it again. Yes, I did, Mary. I sure did. This is not the time to be laying around, rolling around with little dusty dudes because you hot in your booty. This ain't the time. Yeah, I do. I saw Anthony Edwards. I do. I think I want to kind of talk about that. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about it Sunday. Should we talk about that Sunday? Anthony Edwards. Should we talk about that Sunday? Because that's wild. He gave up his parental rights. and he's just gonna pay the child support. These women need to stop having these kids. They always lose. Having these men don't care no more. You can't shame them into being fathers. They don't care. They'll pay their responsibility and they're gonna leave you alone. They're not gonna be there for their child. Now you got a 4-month old, you gotta sit there and literally raise the child by yourself. Yeah, he's voluntarily being a bum, a deadbeat bum. He's 23. His frontal lobe isn't even developed yet, and women think it's a good idea to lay up and have babies by this dude. He's 23. Do you remember what you were doing at 23? And that's men and women. Yeah. 37 years old, having a baby by a 23-year-old, and you're scratching your head like, why don't he want to be in my child life? Are you serious? Like, be for real. Be for real. So yeah, we might talk about that Sunday, Jonathan. That'll be a good show for Sunday. Get people up in here so we can chop up a little bit of game. Okay. Yeah, he does. It's a his mom and grandmother died when he was real young. So he got some mommy issues. It's mommy issues. It's like an Oedipus complex thing kind of unfolding. And those women are taking advantage. When he gets 30, he's gonna hate women. By the time he turns 30, he's going to absolutely despise women. And he need to go get a vasectomy. If I was him, I would go get a vasectomy. I'm dead serious. If I was him, I would go get a vasectomy. And athletes who like to have, you know, raw intercourse, I don't know why they don't think about doing that more. Like, just go get a vasectomy. Just go get a vasectomy. Absolutely. But she doesn't care because it's all about the check. And again, I mean, I understand that these are celebrities, but a lot of this is going to trickle down into quote unquote regular society. You're going to see women trying to have babies by six-figure men and being mad that he don't want to be there. Yeah, he has a kid with Keith Chief baby mom, and he plays stepdaddy to some older woman. I don't know who she is. Like, that's his main girl. I think he got like 3 kids, 3 or 4 kids. Ruining, just decimating all that wealth. All that wealth he has, just decimating it. I wonder, and I'm gonna end on this. Perfect. 30 minutes is perfect for this. I do wonder, would things be different? Would things be different if the child support laws were different in the country? Like, if it wasn't a guarantee that you were going to get access to that man's money through the child, would things be different? Do you think these women will be willy nilly out here having kids? What do y'all think? And it is something we can talk about on Sunday. Women will be way more selective. Absolutely, Jonathan. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And I do think there needs to be a overhaul in child support law. Some men need to pay child support, but there needs to be some type of checks and balance with it. Like, imagine if a man could opt not to be in his child's life. That would be wild. Just to say, just say men hate these baddies. They sure impregnate them quick. Absolutely. 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 In any regard, guys, we're on here 30 minutes. Y'all came over here. I see y'all. For me to have been away for so long, I'm gonna take these numbers. All right. I do have a personal goal of reaching 2,000 subs by the end of April. So if y'all can share these videos, give me topics, ideas so we can get there, I would appreciate that. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right, guys. I'm gonna take a 15-minute break and then I'm gonna go live on TikTok. I'll see you guys soon.